It says it's broadcasting now. Okay. So, would someone like to pray?
I can say the prayer.
Awesome.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the chance to meet as a group and help us to be able to answer the questions on the quiz well, and also to prepare as a group to take this. And we see these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
There you are.
All right. DJ's here.
Is that working now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like
That's
it.
the first time I've ever had issues with my camera.
Mhm.
Okay. We just prayed. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to begin by checking your answers to the prep assignment. If there is a discrepancy in the solutions, take the time to discuss the process of finding the solution.
Preparation.
So, for you
I have no
guys, because it sounds like you guys didn't get much of a chance to look over the preparation before we started.
I'm super familiar with the law of sines, not so much cosines.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing that 5 seconds before we started the call. It's not hard at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. So what we can do is let's look at preparation. And so basically the law of sines is all about basically the degrees and the length are proportional, like with each. So like if you look at the angle and you look at the opposite side, they're proportional. And then so like angle A is proportional to side A, and angle B is proportional to side B. And so you just use that throughout to plug in answers and get the right degree or the right length. So that's what that's really all about. And in the bottom it talks about that. So it's like, so it's has like on the first one it's like angle A is 13 degrees, angle B is 64 degrees, and C is 20 length. So basically what you can do there, hold on one second. So for that one, that one I don't necessarily get. Because I did the homework on it. I didn't do the preparation, but
I did pretty well all of the preparation, more or less.
okay.
Which one are you looking at? Sorry, I was just chatting with my wife. She just got home.
Okay. So like for the second, like they want to know, like, so basically we're just going through the preparation activities. For like the first one, it's angle 13, angle B 64, and side C is 20. Like, it's, like, how do you solve for that one?
You start by drawing the triangle. That one wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Got it all written down. So if you can draw the triangle correctly, it's fine. The only, you can draw it whatever way you want. All that matters is that the sides and the angles, like side A and angle A, that they correspond with each other.
Yeah.
One is opposite from the other one. As long as that's the case, easy peasy.
So the 3 degrees are going to equal 180, right? So it's 13 plus 64 plus something equals 180. So that's how we find the angle C. So that one would be 13 plus 64, 180 minus 77 is 103. So the third, so angle C would be 103. And then basically you find the angle by doing the ratio of sine 103 over side 20, because they're both C, right?
Yep.
And so you find like this answer. So after I did it, I get like this really small decimal, and then I take that and do the arc sine of it and plug it in, and I get the actual side length.
I don't think that's how you do it, is it? It's not what I did.
That's not what you did?
No. Because we're trying to find the side length, right? We're not trying to find the angle. You would take arc sine, I believe, for the angle.
Angles, yeah, angles you use the inverse to find.
So what I did was,
Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right.
sine-
Sorry.
it was sine. Let me look. I didn't write out all my work. I have skip a couple steps between this. But you basically solve for it. So we do b times sine 103 multiplied by 20. So it'd be 20 times sine. What is that? 64? I guess for solving for b.
So if you're solving for,
I'm confused.
So
So-
side b. Is that what we're trying to solve for?
I know what I did wrong. So basically, like for the first one, so it's you take the degrees of a and you multiply it by the ratio, like, because the only full one that you have is c, where you have the degrees and the sides, and
Mhm.
so you multiply the degrees, which is 13 degrees, so sine 13, and then it's the width of c over, the length of c over the degrees, so like sine 103, and that will spit out your the length of a. So that's what
Yeah.
you do, and you do
Sounds
the same thing for b as well. So like you do sine 64, and then you multiply it by that same ratio with the sign on the bottom.
Times 20. Sine 64 should be sine 64 times 20 divided by sine 103. Unless I'm misunderstanding you.
So sine 64, does everybody see? So sine 64 times 20 over sine 103.
Yep.
Like that, does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
It's just algebra at that point. Once you
It's
set them,
It's hard for me to understand when I'm just hearing it over. Does that make sense? I'm a visual person, so when you're saying it, I think I understand it, but I can't see it. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Okay, so. Okay, can we move on to the PowerPoint?
Yep.
Hello? Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so it says that as a group discuss the SSA PowerPoint. As you go through the PowerPoint again as a group, be sure to spend the time discussing why it makes sense for each case.
Okay.
So the SSA PowerPoint. Sorry, it's loading. It's downloading.
Yeah. I have mine up, but I can't share my screen.
Okay.
That's fine. It'll load.
we're not going to go through all these slides. There's a lot of them.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, as a group, discuss it. And as you go through the PowerPoint, again, as a group, be sure you spend the time discussing why it makes sense for each case.
So I have two parts of this are hard for me. I don't understand how you decide how many triangles it makes, and I don't understand how to figure out what, like, where the length is for the missing side, if that makes sense.
Where the length is for the missing side.
Yeah, so I mean, because
That's
with
what we
every
did on the last one, like the last problem. Hold on just a second. Where is the PowerPoint? Is that in?
Is it down under the 2 helps the SSA 2 triangle case? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
SSA 2 triangle
You
case.
go to resources or prep or resources or something like that.
Okay,
It's in resources.
Oh, wait. This is not a slideshow. Mine's a video. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, SSA PowerPoint. Yeah, so you go to resources, week 7 resources.
Braden has it pulled up, if you just click on his screen, we can all just go through it that way.
Yeah.
Make it bigger.
And I've got it pulled up too.
That is
All right.
on the wrong screen. All right. We'll just leave it like that.
Okay.
Mine is not freaking pulling. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
And the length of the side, we don't know.
So,
So I have a hard
we
time
decide
figuring out
on?
whether or not the height makes the what angle, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So this is like the exact slide where I was lost.
Well, let's back up 2 slides and see if it can help clarify. I don't know. The length of the side.
So is that giving us all the sides or 2 of the sides?
I think it is giving us the hypotenuse and angle 30. Go up. I think that's all it gives us is right here.
Yeah.
And then he's deducing that is going to be 2. So sine 30 opts over hypotenuse. We know the hypotenuse, so it would be sine 30 times 4. Is kind of what he's showing here, which equals 2, which would give us the height.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing that's what he came up with. So then 2 is the height. We're trying to find the bottom, so cosine of 30 adjacent over 4, and that just gives us the bottom angle, which is, I guess, I would call that the x value.
Mhm.
And that's easy enough to get. We've done that before lots of times.
All right.
Next, what if the length of the side were smaller than the height?
If it's smaller than the height, then we can't make a triangle with it.
The angle would be smaller, and the length of it would be much larger. If you're not changing the hypotenuse, I assume.
Yeah.
So let's only
This is,
be
we know 2 sides and 1 angle, but the angle is not between the sides.
Oh, I think what he's trying to say is it's impossible.
What
Right.
slide are you on? What number?
10.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So I think it's basically saying it has to be 2 because if it's 1, it doesn't make a triangle.
Right.
I
Mhm.
think that's all he's trying to say right here.
What if
If
the
it's
one
3,
is
it's still not a triangle.
Yeah.
Well, 3 can be,
Well,
right?
again, it can be, absolutely. You'd have to change the top angle though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The height was smaller than the other known sides.
what?
Yeah. I think it makes more sense if you just kind of like go through the homework and like learn how to do it. And it does in the PowerPoint.
So wait, we're on these slides. We're trying to determine if it's possible for it to be a triangle or not.
I
I'm
guess.
confused.
I think
what
it's just
we're
trying to
saying.
understand how triangles work in general.
Mhm.
Like for this one, he's just showing us that there's 2 possibilities with the same side.
Yeah.
How we solved it.
What if the length of the side were larger than the height, but smaller than the unknown, the other side? Oh, okay, I get it. So it's telling us what the law of sine will do in these scenarios.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sine 30 over 3 equals sine A over 4. Yeah, makes sense. That's the math we were already doing.
That slide's pretty self-explanatory.
What if the length of the side were larger than the height, but smaller than the other known?
Makes sense. So there's the one inside of the other.
I mean, I don't really know what it's doing. It's just going through a bunch of scenarios.
Yeah, I don't really understand this slide.
So is this kind of the guess and check of trig?
I don't know. I don't know what the guess and check is.
Like it's just showing how the law of sines, like basically the proportions are equal, right? So sine of 30 degrees of 3 over 3 is going to be the same ratio as sine 11.8 over the second the second
Beta.
length right there. So basically what you're doing is you're just solving for B2.
Okay.
So what you would do there is you'd multiply, I think it's sine 11.8 times 3 over sine 30 degrees, and you'd get that ratio and get 1.2. Let me just check to make sure I'm right with that. The thing that confuses me is all the words in the...
It would be 3. So you take the 3 here. You would, oh, wow, 3.
Yeah,
You would
'cause you want the
multiply
sign
that by
on the
both
bottom if
sides.
that's on top, so it can divide out.
That we would take B2. We would add B2 over here. 3 over here is gonzo. And then we would take sine right here. We're just gonna, I don't know. We take sine and we divide it, so then we get 930 here. It would look like that. B2 equals 3 sine 11.8, which is, well, I guess that's right there. It's very obvious.
30. Yeah.
That was actually really helpful.
Yeah.
It's just algebra.
Sweet. All right. Does everybody get that now?
I think so.
Yeah. So on this, so I don't know if we want to keep it open. So there's a couple of extension problems. So when does the SSA situation, it is suggested that you draw the triangle and label in the following way. What? When doing the SSA situation, is it suggested that you draw the triangle and label it in the following way? Yes.
Did we ever answer DJ's question about how to know how many triangles something makes?
No, as Braden was explaining stuff, like it just kind of clicked.
Okay.
I don't know if he answered it directly, but I just think from looking at the slides and stuff, I think I picked up more.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, do we want to do the extension problems? I don't know. I don't understand what this is talking about, the discussion. In words, each case can be written as, and it says all the cases and what they can be written as. Like case 1, the side opposite of given angle is greater or equal to the other side given one triangle. Case 2, the height. You guys can go ahead and read that yourselves, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so solve the triangles with the following information. Okay.
It's just like the preparation activities. So I guess start by drawing the triangle out.
Drawing the triangle. Got it.
6.
Draw.
B, C. Okay, so we have angle, side, side.
Okay. You still on number 1 for the extension problems?
Yeah, like the solve for triangle A.
Okay.
Or solve, sorry. It's solve the triangles with the following information. So you said, Braden, that we should first draw out the triangle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be able to solve that with cosine. Yeah, I think you can solve this with cosine or sine. What I would do, so we got sine 39.6 over 3.7. Those correspond.
2.4 times
Equals, let's solve for, I guess, angle, no,
39.6 over 3.7.
we'd have to solve for angle C first.
Yeah.
So that would be sine 18.4
Yeah.
over C.
Can you explain to me and show me your work on how you did
Sine
that?
18.4 because that's the length. That's not the degrees.
Oh, you're right, you're right. Sine C over 18.4. Thank you for correcting me.
Okay, so I think I'm looking at it correctly. It should be C is okay. This isn't like a decimal, so
Yeah. See, I did law of sines and I got 4.7. Is there something else I'm supposed to do to that?
I have not finished solving it. So let's see if I can pull this up on the calculator, what I am seeing this as. So it's going to be inverse sine of 18.4 times the sine of 39.6 divided by 3.7. Oh boy.
did it tell you error?
3.7. No, I just need another parenthesis there, otherwise won't work. So that's what I see that as
Mm-hmm.
an error.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you're supposed to get error on this. I think you're not supposed to be able to sign for the
Wow.
triangle.
We'll find out right here. Let's just look. No triangle. There you go.
Now the next one is 28.6 degrees.
I'm confused. What are you guys doing first? Because I'm not getting the same answers.
Yeah, so let's walk through this one all together. So draw a triangle out, like not with this line mill, just a triangle like this, normal triangle.
Okay.
And so this angle right here, the bottom left, that is going to be our angle A,
Right.
which we do not have, and so we will just label that as angle A. Our bottom right will be angle B, which we do have is 28.6, so we can label the bottom right as 28.6.
Okay.
Angle C, I do not see it on here, and so that would be the top one. We can label that as angle C. So then the side, yes, so the sides,
So
like
what are
this A and B, are opposite. These are
Sorry,
side
what are they?
lengths. Sorry?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so these are just opposite the angles. And so for instance, since A is this angle right here, the side A is going to be opposite of it. And just like that with B is here, side B is opposite of it.
Okay.
So that's
So I
40.6.
got. So for the second one, I already worked out the answer. Does anybody else like have the answer?
I think the answer is less important. The equation you get from this is the most important part.
Yeah.
So let's talk about just the equation. We don't necessarily need to solve the answer because we have the answer key, but let's just write out the equation for it to solve for the sides, and I think that's plenty.
Okay.
Okay. So this one, to solve for the sides, we use law of sines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we working on the second one now? 28.6
Yeah.
degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So like the most, I guess like the easiest place to start right here is we have matching B, right? So we
Right.
have the B in degrees and the B in the side, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
You feel me? So that's the first thing we can do. So, and we also have A in side length, right?
Right.
And so when you're converting, you want the 40.7, which is the length on, like if you're multiplying that by something, you want the length on the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I wish I could share my screen or like draw on the screen for you. Okay. Yeah, if you could draw 40.7, which is our A side length.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, 40.7.
Yeah. And then you take, and then multiply it times a fraction.
Times what?
So it's a fraction, and on the bottom it's 52.5. No, not that one. Not that one. So it's 40.7 times, and then it's a fraction of sine 28.6.
I'm gonna grab. Oh wait, never mind. I have it here. I was like, my good calculator. Okay.
Over 52.5.
Okay.
And that should give you the degrees or the length. And then,
I agree.
Well, that
I up like that.
Well, you do an arc sine of that, I should explain. So, yeah, you do an arc sine of the entire thing.
So on your calculator, is there an option to do an arc sine or no?
Yeah, on mine there is.
What does it? Did yours just say ARC?
Well, I have the TI 36X Pro, which is just like a basic scientific calculator, and you just hit sine twice, and it does that.
I just use Google's calculator. It's got an inverse option.
That's where I'm gonna. Okay, I'll try and use this whole Google calculator.
I got undefined.
Undefined?
Doing this?
Yeah. Because the arc sine is the sine -1, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sine -1, 40. Gosh. 40 points.
Sorry, I'm double checking my math.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Mine said domain error. What did I do?
Yeah, I still got 21.8.
That I just redid it, and that's what I got.
Okay, awesome. That's the right.
I think I had it set in radians for half of it.
Mm-hmm.
What you got? 22.7.
21.8.
Yep.
Why is mine a
So
little
so you
off?
take the arc sine of the whole thing because we're looking for the angle.
Yeah, because you're looking for the angle. That's right.
Just gotta make sure you line up your parentheses properly.
And now that we have 2 degrees, the next easiest thing to do is to find the third degree because they all add up to 180, right?
Mhm.
So you just add 28.6 plus the answer that we just got, which was 21.8. And then we get like
Plus
50.4
plus 28.6.
degrees. And so we have C in degrees. Now we just do the same thing to find the C length.
So you said you take the 21.8 that we got and you add the 28.6 and you get 50.4, which is the
Yeah, 50.4, and then you take 180 minus that. And 129.6.
and that so 50.4 is the C's angle and 129.6 is which angle?
This angle is 129.6, and you do that by adding angles A and B and subtracting them from 180. Does that make sense?
Sorry, it cut out. Can you say it one more time?
So you find angle C by adding angles A and B and subtracting them from angle C. And subtracting them from 180, because 180 is always the total.
Okay, so the only 2 angles that we found out so far were 28.6 and 50.4.
No, 28.6 and 21.8.
Oh, and 21.8 is angle C.
No.
What am I doing? I'm so confused.
So
okay.
DJ just found the angle for A was 21.8.
Oh.
And so basically, like as a rule of thumb for triangles, every time, like all the angles add up to 180. And so you can subtract the other 2 angles to find angle C.
So angle C is 50.4.
No.
Oh my gosh, wait, I did my math wrong, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna take 21.8 and 28.6 and add them together and then subtract that number from 180.
Yes.
50.4. So 50.4. So 129.6 is the angle for angle C.
Correct.
I don't know why I'm getting so confused because that's a simple thing. Okay. I get it.
And so for this next part, we're going to do the exact same thing that DJ did on the last one.
So what is this Y? Why is it labeled Y on Y?
I don't know, but that's the angle C. That's what it's supposed to be.
And then right now we're trying to find the side C, or we're trying to find the length of side C, right? Or what is the 84.5?
The length of
We're just
side.
trying to find out everything that's left in the triangle.
But what I'm confused what that why is there another angle? What is 84.5 degrees on the answer key? What is that for?
That is not angle C. That's the length of C.
It's a typo.
But
yeah, it's a typo.
So not in degrees.
Yes, that shouldn't be in degrees.
Okay, so now we're just finding out that length of.
Yeah.
So the length of side A is 40.73. I think. I haven't checked the answer key.
Yeah, we already figured that one out though, didn't we? Because it gives you it. It gives you that.
84.5?
No, he was talking about the 40.7.
Okay. Yeah. It gives you that.
Oh, it did. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, we have a lot to do. We gotta get freaking rolling.
Okay. So the length is 85.7.
That's 84.5, but
Okay. Do we want to do this last one and then take the quiz, or do you want to?
I don't care what you guys want to do. I say we've done enough discussion about it. I don't know if we need to do all of them. But if you guys think that it'll affect our points, then we can continue. I'm okay with starting the quiz.
What do you guys think?
I don't care.
I'm
All
good
right.
with doing the quiz.
Let's start the quiz because we've already been going at it for an hour.
Yeah.
Have we
I
really?
feel like it's a little
Not
frustrating
quite.
that there's so much to do in these videos.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Okay, answer the following questions as a group, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm writing these out. Okay. Determine the number of triangles and solve the triangle with the given information. So this is just like the ones we just did.
Mhm.
So we're going to draw a triangle.
So we do not have angle A.
Yeah.
We do have angle B. We have side A.
Which is on the right side of the triangle, correct?
Yep. Right
Okay.
side of the triangle. And
And
side B
then-
on the left side.
Okay, 28.6.
And then
We
angle C
have-
is missing. That's on the top. And side C on the bottom is missing.
Mhm.
This 32.7 is for angle C.
32.7 is B,
Okay.
which is on the right side, bottom right.
Right. Okay. 32.7 degrees. Okay. So now we just have to fill in the information for the rest of it.
So
Okay.
we have both of B. So let's just do sine 32.7 over 28.6.
28.6. And we'll multiply that by 37.5.
I think if we're going to show the work, we got to set it equal to the other sign.
Yeah.
What do you mean we have to set it equal? Like, because on the last one we didn't do that, did we?
Well, we got to
We
show the
did.
work
We
on
just
this,
skipped
though.
a step.
It'd be like this. So we set them equal like that, and then we solve for whatever we're solving for.
Okay, so this is not correct, so I need to change this. That's backwards. You guys can't even read that. Can you get out your little tablet drawing? That works really well.
In Paint.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just I
my
want to
mouse.
make sure I do this right so I don't lose us points.
You mean just draw it out for you?
Okay, so I
Just
understand. We have a triangle, and on the left side is 28.6, on the right side is 37.5, and the right bottom angle, which is B, is 32.7. So right now we're doing sine 32.7 over 28.6, but I'm confused why we have to set it equal.
It's gonna be a pretty awful triangle.
I get the triangle part, more just the math.
But I need it to properly show.
Okay.
See. Something like that will look right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have angle B 32.7. We have side B 28.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to excuse it being horrible. I'm drawing with my mouse. Sine 32 because that's the angle, 0.7 over 28.6
0.6.
equals, and then we do the exact same thing, sine angle over the opposite side.
Yeah. So to
We
write it out, just do like sine angle A over side A.
And so we can't do C because we have neither angle C nor side C. We do have side A. So we can only miss one variable, which makes A the prime candidate for solving.
Okay.
So then we take this bad boy, we multiply it up here. 37.5 times sine 32.
Over 28.6. And we should get
Equals sine A. And then we gotta take sine away from A, which means we inverse
we do the arc
this whole,
sine.
yeah, so then we arc sine this whole bad boy. That cancels sine out, so then we're just left with A equals this.
And I got 45.1. Did you guys get that?
I didn't solve for it.
Let's see. I get what you mean by the setting equal. That was confusing. Sorry.
Let me just do that again just to make sure I got it right.
I'm doing arc sine of 37.5. 32.7.
And what answer did you get for A?
Me?
Yeah.
45.1.
I got 45.1 as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now we can find angle C because we have the two other angles, right? So we add this to 32.7. And we take 180 and subtract that. And we should get, did you guys get 102.2 roughly?
I'll trust you.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
guys. My phone just kicked me off. I had to get it back on.
No worries.
Why did you put in that wait, never mind. 45.1. So now with the 45.1, what did you do? I just want to make sure I have it written right.
You add the other two angles,
Right.
and
so
then
I'm
you
gonna
take
add
180 because that's the
45.
total, and subtract those other two angles, and you get 102.2.
Okay. 45.1 plus 32.7.
There you go.
So you got 93.2? Because I am getting
102.2.
Oh, so okay, I got that too. Sorry.
No problem.
Last one.
So we do the same thing again. We could use B or we could use A,
I
but
would
we
use
just
this again.
you
So
can
we're
use
just
that
set that
formula
equal
again.
to
So it's
sine C. So all this gonna change is this is going to be C. And this is going to be 102.2. It's the only thing that changes.
okay. So now we're gonna do 102.2 times sine 32.7 over 28.6. right? An arc sine of all of it.
Yep. Should be. As long as you just replace those couple things.
Okay, so I got domain error, but I think I did it wrong. Let's do it.
Has anybody else?
You don't arc sine it for the length.
Yeah, you don't have to do arc sine for the length.
Oh, I did that totally wrong. Sorry, guys. That's
Yeah.
my bad. C, we
Yeah.
have C. C is 102.2,
Yeah.
and this is C.
So that might have been when you went wrong.
Yeah, that's
No,
probably why I came
absolutely.
up with domain
I didn't
error.
even think about that. So in that case, we are going to
Wait,
get something totally different looking.
So it's
don't do that.
102.2 times 28.6 over sine 32.7.
Okay, so we do 102.2 times 28.6 divided by the sine of 32.7.
So
So
sine 102.2 times 28.6.
Oh, I'm struggling tonight. Okay. Sine 102.2 times 28.6 divided
Over.
by the sine of 32.7.
Yes.
Yes.
So you got like 1.2. What did you guys get? Because I don't think mine's right.
I got 51.74.
That is not what I got. Sine 32 points. You got. Do I need to put parentheses somewhere, or why do I keep getting the wrong answers like on my calculator?
You'd have to show us.
So sine 102.2 times 28.6 divided by the sine of. Okay, hold on.
And then divide by sine 32.
I got 1.26. Why?
I got 29.7.
Are you in degrees or radian?
I am
radian.
in.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm in degrees.
Sorry, for some reason my calculator is defaulted at radians.
Did you get that, Braden?
I didn't do it. I thought you guys could do math. Let me just do it. I'm just over here writing stuff. Okay, what is it? Sine?
I keep getting 1.26.
102.2 times 28. I can't see a point. What was the point?
I got 51.7 that time.
58.7? I got 51.7.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, you got 51.7. Good.
Well, I got. Why do I keep getting 1.86?
Is that right? Is that wrong?
No, that's wrong.
Oh, that's what I got. 1.26.
Oh, herpy derp. They need the parentheses in there. That's why.
Oh.
That's just me being terrible. 102.2 parentheses.
Okay, I got 51.7 that time. Is that right?
Yeah.
So just parentheses
Right
there.
one.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so that's for side C, right?
Side C, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got side C right now is 51.7. We got angle A 45.1, angle B is 32.7, and angle C is 102.2. Correct?
Correct.
Yep,
All
sounds right.
right.
Hallelujah. Next one.
And will that make 1 or 2 triangles?
Oh,
That's,
good.
that's
That
the
was
next
my
thing we got to figure
question.
out.
Was I didn't know how many triangles that made, but most of the ones that I've done on the homework have only made one triangle, you know? So
Yeah.
can't even say.
Well, what's our hypotenuse?
The
There's no
hypotenuse
hypotenuse. You'd
Do
have
we
to
see-
cut this in half.
is the longest side. So the longest side that we had,
It's 37. That
37.5.
was 51.7.
yeah, the longest side was 51.7.
So it would be more like that, I suppose.
So do we need to solve for a right triangle then so we can see? No,
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
I don't know.
I've
This is where I
literally
got hung up on it.
Because technically, I guess you could do that with like really any triangle, right?
Make it a right triangle.
Yeah.
Let's do
Sure.
this bad boy. Let's see if this gives any clues. So I think it's looking for 1 or 0 maybe. Because this one says 0 triangles. The side's not long enough. This one says 1. This one says 2. Why is that one 2?
Well, go back and put that purple slide up again.
This one?
Yeah.
So if the length, like the adjacent length, is not. Why does it have to be 8.1? Oh,
So it's got to be right in the middle of the 2 angles.
Yeah. So we do have to find a height. No.
But which way are you supposed to dissect the triangle? You can dissect it 3 ways.
Such a great question.
Like, do you do it from angle C?
I would assume the first given angle, maybe.
Well, I'm just thinking that because it's dissecting from top down, which would be angle C is top. That's what all of these dissections are. It's top
Yeah.
down. I mean, otherwise you could dissect in any number of ways. Do that.
Well, if that's the case, just by looking at it, you'd say no. You'd say it only makes 1 because 37 isn't small enough to go on the other side of the dissection.
I just don't get how it works other than
in that example.
So take
sine 42. So we gotta do sine of an angle times the hypotenuse. 8.1 is larger. And 8.1 I think is the, what was 8.1? Is 8.1 the other side length?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go back to paint. So you take sine or 28.6 times the sine of 45.1 or 0.1.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be right. Gives us this length.
Okay. And that gives us the height.
What is that?
Right, and so 37 is way taller than 20, so we can only have one.
Okay, awesome. So you can just leave that as is, Jess.
Deal.
I mean, you could just write that it's larger than 20.25.
Larger than 21.25.
No, 20.26. My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can only have one.
Larger than 20.26.
Yeah, 37.5 is larger than 20.26. Therefore, we can only have one triangle.
All right. Determine the number of triangles and solve the triangle with the given information. Okay.
How do you do it when you have only sides?
Cosine.
Cosine.
It's not too bad. Just a lot of writing.
Yeah. And the cosine formula is c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times the sine of c. Sure.
Times the sine of what?
C.
Sine of c. And it can be interchanged too. Oh. Let's take the longest one and make that the.
So you got to solve for two of them.
Yeah. So it's got to be.
Oh, let's just go.
9.8 squared equals 6.2 squared plus 4.1 squared. Minus 2 times 6.2 times 4.1 the sine of c.
It's not right. Okay. That is.
In that box that you just put on there, is that just the equation?
Cosine.
Yeah, that is the equation. Right.
Solve for b. Angle b, I believe. Let me make that a little bit bigger for you.
Oh, so it's cosine B, not sine C?
Yeah, like it's interchangeable.
Why do you put 9.8 first when it's a
Pick one.
squared?
Because it's the biggest value.
I just picked one.
Oh,
Doesn't
but
matter.
so that in that equation, that a squared plus b squared minus 2ab sine c, that you don't have to do the specific sides.
Doesn't matter as long as the angle here matches the side here. So we're solving for b. So we got 9.8. That's side b. Matches with angle b, which is opposite of it. I think. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you have to do the biggest angle, right?
Oh, or maybe
You're
you do
trying to-
that with a.
It's like it's like Pythagorean theorem, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and c squared is the hypotenuse, right? So that's what you're.
So.
I thought hypotenuses only mattered in right triangles.
Yeah, but in the notes it said it's similar to the Pythagoras.
I solved in all the ways on the homework assignment, swapping this equal value for 9.8, then for 4.1, then by 6.2. And
Yeah.
it solves
Just-
fine no matter what you put in there.
Just
long
as
as you
long
put
as
the
you
correct
keep them
angle.
in the same spots.
Yeah. You just swap the other two, and then you just make sure you put the angle in the correct spot. So then
So-
I think I'm doing that wrong though, because we need.
No, you're doing it
Cosine.
right. I'm pretty sure you're doing it right here.
So for angle
What
C,
you've got typed out.
I have 104.2.
6 squared.
Oh,
Let me just check the. I gotta make that faster. Let me
it's
check.
hard when you didn't get practice before this to write this out. Oh.
Are we just gonna make Tuesdays our normal night now?
No, I was saying this is like the last time I'll have to do that.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to do that, but
Tuesdays,
if we do, I just need to know so that I can be prepped.
yeah.
Tuesdays aren't good for me because I feel like I don't have enough time to look over things by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it should be like that.
Make sure I have it written out right. Can you zoom in a little more on that thing just for a second? I just want to make sure.
Which thing?
The equation.
The 9.8 squared. Do you have, is it an equal sign? I can't see. Okay, yeah. So 9.8 squared equals 4.1 squared plus 6.2 squared minus 2 times 4.1. You don't square them, right?
No, they're not squared.
Times 6.2 cosine B.
6.1.
Why 6.1?
It's always been 6.1, hasn't it?
I thought it was 6.2. Did I write it wrong? It says 6.2 on the thing.
Oh, 6.2. I wrote it wrong, sorry. You're absolutely right.
And then the other one is 9.8 squared equals 4.1 squared, 6.1 squared.
You're doing the second one? The second one is not done.
Oh, are these two the same? You just made
Yeah,
copies
they're
of
the
them?
same. I just made copies. I was gonna edit it, but I never got around to it. We got talking about other things.
Okay. I had it written down, right? Just making sure.
I may do that, but that's alright.
Okay.
So confused why this triangle's trolling me.
I think I've got it.
Have you taken trig before? Because you're a freaking pro, Tanner. You're just cruising.
Okay, I'm double checking myself. I don't think I used the right formula for C.
I got 4.41, but I'm gonna go with that's wrong. So don't know how I did that.
All right. I think it's 143.35.
That sounds more correct.
So angle B is 143.35.
Yeah, so this is what I did. I did if you want to write it out,
Okay.
I did the cosine inverse. Then I opened parentheses, okay? And I had, and it's a fraction. So on the top it's so it's 9.8 squared minus 6.2 squared minus 4.1 squared. And on the bottom I did -2 times 6.2 times 4.1.
Okay. So how come we wrote out the other equation and you just set it up like this? Oh wait, never mind. Stupid. Figured it out.
Because that's the way they did it in the homework, and I've just kind of memorized like that's the way you do it. Like when you're solving for the cosine, you can just like move the cosine to where it's out here and solve for the inverse, and then create that fraction and punch up your number.
Okay. I'm just making sure I can do it on this calculator.
Let's see. I'll solve for C.
Yeah. That's what I believe it should be. 43.
Okay.
5.
Let's see what I got. Mine says. Why does mine keep saying domain error? That makes no sense. I am so bad at this right now. I'm getting frustrated. Okay. 9.8 minus 6.2 squared.
Hey, Braden, where are you getting the 38.44 from?
6.2 squared.
Oh, okay. Got it. No problem. Yeah, and you'll divide that by -2 times 6.2 and times 4.1.
Well, I'm getting pretty confused right now. What, Tanner, the one that you just told me and I wrote out, how come that's so different from what Braden's writing out?
It's the same thing, I'm pretty sure.
It should be the same thing, just you reorganize it.
Okay.
Okay, and then do the
Arc sine of that. I gotta write that down. It's probably gonna lose it. 0.925958. It's good enough. Point 9. Oh, look at that. Hold on.
Yeah,
The answer in there.
Isn't it the arc cosine, not the arc sine?
Yep, you would be right.
So for that, I got 103.
103 for the arc cosine.
Cosine C.
Point.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm in radians is why.
You said that's weird, Tanner?
Maybe I'm wrong. But I wish I could show you exactly what I did. Wish I could draw it. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Easy way to find out if it's right is add all the angles, see if it makes 180.
Okay, then I'll do that. Well, let me see. 6.2 squared plus 4.1 squared minus 2 times 2 times 1 times sine of those.
And A.
And take the square root.
Yeah, the way I wrote it out should work perfectly fine. It matches this. Yeah, matches it perfectly. Should be good.
Okay.
Maybe I did the math wrong if you're getting something else.
I think I'm wrong. But
I'll solve for A. Just double check that.
yeah.
So that 143.35 that we got earlier, that's the angle for B.
Not looking for angles. Are we? Oh, we are. Sorry, my bad. Was that the first one? I didn't do that. Check that one.
That's why I'm confused because however you got that, Tanner, because that seems like really big. So does that mean the other ones are going to be pretty small?
Well, C is small. I'm calculating the next one right now. That should be angle A.
That's angle A, 14.46.
14.46.
Yeah, I got 39.6.
For which?
Angle A.
I'm in degrees. How did you get that one? So I did 4.1 squared minus 9.8 squared minus 6.2 squared divided by negative 2 times 9.8 times 6.
Okay, I see what I did. I'm sorry.
And then inverse cosine that.
See, I divided the whole right side of the equation by 41 to squared. 4.1 squared. That was my bad.
All good. So that should be correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you only need to solve 2 of them. I guess the third one is just a check. I can't remember what you guys got for B. I didn't solve for that. I just wrote it out.
I have it written down as 143.35.
143.35. Well, let's do quick math. 143.35 plus 14.46 plus 22.18. Looks like 180.
Okay, so I did get that one right. Because that was the one I was solving for.
Cool.
Maybe we rounded on one of them incorrectly, but it's pretty close.
So the angles are A is 143.35, or B is 143.35, A is 14.46, and C is 22.19.
Is that what it was?
I think I just
didn't round it,
remember
I don't know.
143.35 being right.
Okay, deal.
All right, now we just need to check for number of triangles.
Oh.
Okay, so the way you do that is
What was angle A again?
143.35.
No, angle A was 14.46.
Yeah, it's 14.46.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, angle B is that. Right?
Angle B is 143.35.
Got.
And angle C is 22.19.
So I did 9.8 times the sine of 14.46, and I got 2.44. And 4.1 is greater than that, so it can't be. There can't be 2.
Can't be 2. Okay.
Perfect.
As long as that's how we're supposed to do it.
I hope so.
good enough for me.
I feel like he didn't provide enough information on like how to do that. Like I can't understand it from the PowerPoints for the preparation work or doing the homework. I kind of let just like the homework teach me how to do it by viewing examples and stuff.
Okay, number 3. I can't believe this is taking so long. Okay.
Where a traffic helicopter left the station on a course with a bearing 210 degrees. After flying 12 miles to reach the Interstate Highway 20, it flies along a highway 20 for a while, and heads back to the station on course 310.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't get it when it's over 180 degrees.
It's because this is the example where you just have a straight line with 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have up to 360.
Okay.
How does that make sense? Because 310 and 210 is more than 360 as well.
Because you have two different points, if that makes sense. There's 3 lines on the graph. One of them crosses 2 of them. So you have
At 210. Something like this. Is east.
So if you go back to the preparation problems or the GHOA instructions,
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's doing. Is 12 miles that way, and then you get to the point. Okay,
So
that makes sense. I like
it'll be set up like that.
210. So we want 310. So this angle right here is 100 degrees. Looks like.
How did you get that, Braden?
We got 210 degrees to here. He flies this way 12 miles, and then he flies straight east. And then from here, he heads right back at an angle of 310 degrees. So this line should be angle 310. This line should be 210.
Okay.
Oh, I did that probably wrong because we need to do minus 360. That's
Okay, 210 to 310. Okay.
maybe not. No, that should be right. Am I wrong? That's the way he's describing it. So we have one angle, one side. Are we missing a side or an angle?
I don't think so.
Or how many
Where'd you
miles
get
did
the
the helicopter? Oh, no, that's fine because we just need to solve for x right here. So we can do.
Why is the angle C 100 degrees?
You'll see 100 degrees. We just explained that. So the one when he leaves the station, he's going 210 degrees, and then when he makes the turn back on that, so he goes 12 miles in one direction, and that like the degree to where he's going is 210 degrees, and then he turns and goes east, and then when he switches to return back to his starting point, he's going 310 degrees. So you subtract 210 from 310 and you get 100 degrees. That's what he was saying.
Oh, that okay.
This be if we cut that in half, would that be 50 on each side?
Yeah.
Then we could do 12 on the hypotenuse. This would be it.
Side,
so then we could solve for x here and then multiply that by 2. And we know that's 90. So 50, 90, and then we get that angle. 40.
90, and then that's 40, right? And then the other one would be 50, 90, 40 as well, right?
Well, we can just multiply x by 2 at that point. I think we just gotta
Okay.
solve for the first half here. And we can do that with cosine 40 times 12. Unless I'm wrong.
Let's check.
Cosine 40 equals times 12. So it'd be that times 2, 9.19 times 2 would give us the entire x length.
So 18.39.
So it's okay. I think I get it. So
I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go, but it makes sense to me.
tangent 50.
I mean, this should be 12 as well because it's symmetrical. Let me see. You got this number down, someone?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay. I always just want to do 210 minus 80. So that's a 30-degree angle right here. And 360 minus 310. Which is a 50-degree angle. Seems odd.
I think that means that the symmetrical idea is not going to work then.
It means something. $210. But it does say that we're heading straight east, so this is correct. It is 100 degrees. How does that even make sense? I guess this side, both sides are different lanes. Is a difference. But these are the radiuses. The radii should be 12. Yeah, that should be 12 no matter what. That's a radius.
No, it's not that. It's
Is this angle 100 is not correct to split that into 50? Because if we're thinking it's something more like
okay. So what I did, if the measurement is right for 50, so I did cosine of 50 times 12. That what you did?
you could do that to get this length right here.
You did cosine of 40.
Yeah, because cosine of 40 would give us this x value right here. Sine would give us the y.
Isn't it? Oh.
Y is opposite, right? Cosine is adjacent.
Maybe you do 12 divided by the cosine of 50. Right? Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, right?
You get 18.86. You get the same answer.
18.66?
Yeah, it's off by a few decimals, but...
Okay, so 18.66, and then you multiply it by 2 and get 37.34, about. Is that right?
I'm lost. So
it's going back to last unit a little bit. That's what you got, right, Braden? The 37.34?
No, that's twice the length that I got for the entirety of x.
Yeah, for his length of x, he got 18.39.
That was after multiplying by 2 to get both. I wanted to pull up, I think in the PowerPoint, one of these talks about. Maybe not. Try the other one.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, sine opts over hypotenuse.
Yeah. And I did
sine-
cosine
Sine
50.
30, so it should be sine 30 times hypotenuse. So angle times sine angle times hypotenuse. For opposite, cosine would be, of course, 4 times cosine 30 in that case. So that should be, if this angle is 40, are we confident that this is 40?
How do we get 40 again?
Going down the middle, it's 90.
Yeah, if we're splitting this down the middle, getting 90, and 100 angle of 100 split in half is 50.
Yeah.
Assuming that's
right.
correct. That should, because that should then be, well, 12 times
Sine.
sine of 40. Sorry, no, that's cosine, because we're looking to solve this value, this x value. That's what it should be.
That's what you did before.
Yep.
Got 9.19 and multiplied it by 2. Got 18.38.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that's it. I don't know. I've never done this before. It's best answer I can come up with based on the information.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, I can write this up, and if someone changes their mind later in the week, we can resubmit something before Thursday.
Okay. I think that's right. Cosine times the hypotenuse would equal the adjacent because it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So as long as 40 is correct, that's the correct answer. 12 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 18.385.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Okay, wait. Let me end the broadcast. Let's see.